Welcome back to the Man to Man podcast. Today we're going to talk about a weird but familiar thing. And that's why we talk ourselves out of doing the exact thing that would move us forward. You've got goals, you know what to do, but you hesitate, you delay, you tell yourself it's not the right time, put it off till tomorrow. And then you end up stuck again. I've done it. In fact, I did a little bit this morning. I'm still fighting it. So let's unpack why we do it, what we can do about it. So, my truth, how I do this too. Like I said, I caught myself doing it this morning. I've set myself a 30-day streak. And in that 30-day streak, I've got some tasks that I've set myself, some non-negotiables. Then did them yesterday, perfect, not a problem. Pushed. And then I woke up today a little bit achy. But still woke up good, still woke up great, went for a little walk. Then I got back to the house, then I sat down for a bit. Then I got lost on my phone for a bit. Before I know it, rather than doing the tasks I was actually thinking about doing, I was talking myself out of it. Oh, I'm a little bit achy. Oh, what's one day? Those patterns. We're all guilty. We've all done it. And like I say, I'm back now. I've done some of my exercise off the plan. I'm here recording this. But I caught myself doing it. And I caught myself doing it for a little longer than I would have liked. I mean, I would have liked to have not been doing it at all. But I can accept there will be minor slip-ups. I can accept that's how my brain works, and that's how a lot of brains work. They'll convince you not to do the hard shit. But I did do it too long. I was scrolling too long. I shouldn't even been on my phone anyway. So why do we do it? I know what I needed to do. The movement, the discipline, the work, the presence. But still I scroll, delay, and convince myself not to do it. And then when you do that, you feel worse for not doing the thing that you knew that you needed to do. It's a vicious cycle. And despite experiencing that many times, rather than learn from it, although I am learning from it in a way, we get lost in this cycle that becomes a habit. That, as habits form, they become more difficult to break. So let's talk about why we talk ourselves out of the good stuff. Why we convince ourselves not to do it. Why procrastination kicks in. Why you'll find anything to do other than the simple things. And it is the crazy thing, because you'll end up doing something sometimes which is a lot harder and takes a lot longer to do than if the minor tasks that you set yourself. I found myself cleaning the entire house once, or a couple of key rooms in the house that needed doing. But I had some project work to be done. Rather than do the project work, I was like, I'll just do this first, and put me in a better place. And while, yes, being tidy and living in a good place is good, I had this work to do that I'd set myself to do. And, at least I was productive with it, but why do we convince ourselves not to? There's multiple reasons, really. Fear of failure and success, for that matter. I'd say I fear success more than I fear failure. And let's face it, we've all got used to failing. Not many of us have got used to success. And that we avoid that action, not just because we are failing, but because success would demand that we change, lead, be seen, leave the old version of ourselves behind. It's kind of a cognitive dissonance kicks in. I want to be better versus I don't feel worthy of being better. Think you can relate to that? I know I can. You've got a sense of ego protection going on there. The ego would rather protect your current identity, even if it's miserable, than risk pain. With our ego as well, that protection that's going on there, you are pretty much certain of the outcome when you self-sabotage, I guess. So it's, you know the outcome, you can predict the outcome. Whereas success on delving through that route, you can't predict that outcome. You can do the work and you can better the situation, but it's an unpredictable path. You don't know what lies ahead. You just pivot and adjust as you go along. So that ego kind of protects you in that sense. If you don't try, you can't lose. That sort of thing. There's also learned helplessness. If you've failed many times, your brain builds up the belief that there's no point in trying. This becomes a habit loop. Your mind decides ahead of time that effort's wasted, even when it's not. You've also got things like instant gratification over long-term game. The brain is wired to prefer what's comfortable now, in this moment, this instance. And it's weird that I say that comfortable because me, for example, this morning, I kept telling myself, yep, shouldn't be doing this. Shouldn't be doing this. Got this shit to do. One more video. And it's that instant gratification. It seems comfortable at the time, and in a way it is. It's comforting because it's the pattern that you're used to. You know the outcome of it. You know. Numbing feels safe in a strange way. The workout, the cold calling, the shit that you need to do at work, the silence with your thoughts. Sitting silent with your thoughts is risky. So you numb it with other things that you're used to doing, or the procrastinating behaviours that you're accustomed to. There's also an element of shame identity. And what I mean by that is men get stuck in this regret or shame. And those that do often don't take action because they don't believe they deserve progress. They cling on to it. Why bother? I'll ruin it anyway. There's always that negative side kicking you. And it's you kicking yourself. Why bother? I'll ruin it. I'll only fuck it up. And that vicious cycle, you believe it becomes part of you. You become attached to it. And the difficult part is shedding that. And you do that through action, over time, repeatedly. And look, it's like anything, it's a habit. You get better at it over time. But you need to be focused and conscious of running those habits if things are to change. You'll be shit on day one. You'll be less shit day two. You'll be even less shit day three. You'll still be shit, but you'll be better than you was on day zero. And that progress accumulates and compounds and builds momentum. But it's easy to say all this out loud. In practice, you're fighting the demons, you're fighting the habits, you're fighting the self-doubt, you're fighting the belief that you have in yourself. But with action, small bits of action, here, there, momentum builds. Deep down, we're scared of what happens if we actually change. We fear failure, but we also fear growth. The thing about that growth is we can't hide anymore. That ego that would rather we feel safe than free. By doing the work, you can't hide from it. It exposes all the shit from the past that's slowed you down or got in the way. All the bullshit. You have to shed that. And shedding that takes time. Shedding that takes acceptance. Shedding that takes some serious self-talks. And a lot of the times it can be brutal. But there needs to be that self-compassion in there as well. Because you can't control the past. You can't control what you've done in the past. You can learn from it. You can accept it. You can do things differently. But you can't change it. So go easy on yourself. The shame tricks us into thinking we don't deserve better. So we sabotage before we even start. And then we choose comfort because it's instant. Change is delayed, painful, and uncertain. But fuck me. You know and I know that it's worth it. Because if you're listening to this and you're connecting with what I'm saying, I know what it's like. I know exactly what that pain feels like and that shame that it brings. And I know that no one would like to be there. I'm not here to teach. I'm not here to preach. I am here to kind of teach, but in the sense that talking what works for me and what is working for me, what isn't, what I've learned, how I've learned it, the shit that's caused me to learn those things. I'm not here to preach. But like I say, if you are connecting with what I'm saying, I know how fucking awful it is to be in that place. And that's why I'm here to share the mechanisms and the things that are working for me now. And I'm not a finished product, not by any means, nor will I ever be. But I know that I am better than I was yesterday. And I'm working so that tomorrow I'm a little bit better. I'm nowhere near a finished product. But neither is anyone that does the work. And I've got a long fucking way to go. But I'll never get there if I don't make the tiny changes here and there. And let those small wins accumulate. So how am I breaking that cycle? How did I do it this morning? How have I done it in the past? What's working for me? That's all that I can give you. Firstly, I'll remind myself that the hesitation, that's the enemy. That's the real fucker. As I catch myself convincing those behaviours to stay. Like I did this morning. One more video. Then 3 more videos have gone and I'm like, oh, well, you'll be fine. And then I find myself convincing myself that, oh, I'm a little bit tired. Might as well just chill. Pause. And then I reduce what I'm going to do next into something stupidly simple. Stand up. Move. Even if it's just one rep. Do it. Write one word. Make one call. Do one press on the barbell. Do one push-up. One thing. And you know once you get there, you can't just do one. But you've convinced yourself with that stupidly simple task. One thing I find myself doing is having those conversations in my head when really I should be saying it out loud. Because it has weight then. You're used to that little voice in your head telling you not to do the things that you should be doing and convincing you to do the things that you shouldn't be. Whereas if you vocalize it, get it out of your system, fucking say it. What the fuck am I doing? Sort your shit out. Those are little voices that you've been saying in your mind. But when you're saying it in your head, they scatter about, they take weight. They convince you that you're shit. Say it out loud, means something different then. You're actually talking to yourself with purpose, with meaning, with weight. You have to listen to yourself when you say that. When you say it out loud. What the fuck are you doing? Come on. I don't try to feel ready. You'll never be fucking ready. But you can act ready. The feeling follows the movement. And for me, the movement follows the fucking sort your shit out. The vocal. Come on. This is it. And that tiny little moments of vocal outburst, that tiny little movement, seems so silly, seems so small. But it induces action. That action that builds up momentum. Before you know it, you walk away with a day that you're proud of. Rather than going to bed feeling shamed because you've done the same shit again. And here's the crazy thing, for me at least, and I know I won't be alone on this, but if I find myself in those negative patterns first thing in the morning, and they carry on throughout the morning, I get to lunchtime and think, fuck it, what's the point? I've wasted the morning. When really the opposite side of that, you can say, oh, right, come on, sort your shit out. You fucked up the morning. Fine. Put it to bed. But I'm not going to fucking ruin the afternoon. And it's that dichotomy of choices that you've got. Which one? If you're doing this right now, here's what I want to tell you. Remember, you're not weak. You might be scared. You might be frustrated. You might be lost. You might be depressed. You might be feeling shit. And that's okay. I'm not saying it's okay that you're feeling like that. I'm saying look at yourself in the moment and think, right, I'm here. That's okay. Don't beat yourself up internally in your head. But don't let that fear decide your day. The fact that you're feeling that, that's okay, that's not a problem. It's when you let that win, that fear winning. Because that's not you deciding, that's your emotions, that's your insecurities, that's your doubt. That's not you. Yes, you feel them, but they don't get to decide, you do. You know what to do. You've known it for a while. You know exactly what to do now. No matter how big or small steps they are, do them. Do it. Do it now. Fuck listening to me. Do it. If you want to listen to shit, put your headphones in, go for a fucking walk. Don't become stagnant. Don't become stale. Don't lose yourself to that negativity that you bring on yourself. And understand that breaking those patterns is not an overnight thing. It takes time. But the only way you'll get better at it, the only way you'll improve is bit by bit. Going easy on yourself when you have done the work. Feel good about yourself when you have done the work. Because you can't change everything in a day. Progress takes time. But you'll never make progress if you don't start, bit by bit. So don't overthink it, just start. Prove to yourself, even the smallest amount, that your actions still matter. That the man you want to become isn't out there, he's not some waif figure that's not tangible. He's just one choice away now. And that one choice leads to another choice. And all of a sudden you start shedding all this shit, physically and mentally. Progress starts getting made. And that path to becoming a better version of yourself starts taking place. Bit by bit, day by day. So that's it for this one. If you've been talking yourself out of growth or any bit of action, just know that you're not alone. But you have a choice of whether you stay there or not. Your mind will whisper excuses. Just fucking ignore them. Move away, step away. Talk to you like you would a best mate who you've seen not doing the things that you should be doing. Talk to yourself in that way. Because you talk to yourself with some fucking weight behind it, but also with some compassion in there as well. Said with love. So let's stop talking ourselves out of progress and start fighting for it. Man to man. You got this.